So, personal development, you keep talking about tapping.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to hear, what is tapping? I know it's called EFT tapping. I'd love for you to kind of explain what it is and maybe show us what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So it's called EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique, and then or tapping. And I'm just gonna, sorry, the sun is coming in.
It's about that time.
Yeah. Okay. And it's a little strange looking, especially the first time you see it, because it involves actually tapping on different points on your hand and your face and your torso. And so they're meridian points or acupressure points. They are the same, some of the same points that an acupuncturist would use, although there are hundreds of acupressure points in your body. So we're only hitting like 6 or 7 of them. And what it basically, the first thing it does is it relaxes your body. It calms your central nervous system, because when we are upset or anxious or scared, we go into fight, flight, or freeze. And so you can't really think straight because your body goes into survival mode. Your body thinks there's a bear in front of you, or that your life is in imminent danger. So it shuts down your thought process, it shuts down your digestion, it shuts down everything, other than being able to move your feet or to freeze, because maybe you're going to camouflage yourself. And so when we're under chronic stress, this is constantly going on in our bodies. And so it impacts our immune system, it impacts our decision-making process, and our emotions. So first and foremost, it relaxes the nervous system and calms the body. And then it also, we acknowledge the problem. And so acceptance is the first step in dealing with something. So much of the stress and anxiety that we cause ourselves is because we're resisting whatever is in front of us. I don't want to feel this feeling. I don't want to deal with cancer. I don't want to get divorced. And we spend so much time resisting, and that takes so much energy and causes us so much, stress and tears and emotion. And when we can just accept it, it doesn't make it go away, but it just allows our body and our mind to say, okay, this is what's in front of us. Like, this is what I'm dealing with. And it just your body just starts to relax from that. So we acknowledge what the problem is. We talk through all of the negative emotions. So it can sound really bad. Like, you just say whatever is on your mind. Like, I'm so angry, I hate this person. Or like, sometimes if you're talking about yourself, like, I'm such an idiot, I can't believe I did this. Like, it can be really harsh. And that's okay, because what we're doing is we're acknowledging it. Those thoughts are in your brain, and pretending that they're not there isn't really helping you. So we get it out, just process it and get it out.
Wow.
Once your body's relaxed, then we kind of reprogram your brain with more positive affirmations. But you can't do that until you've cleared the negative stuff, because it's just, your body's not relaxed, and it's not really gonna help. And so you literally reprogram your thinking. And sometimes it depends what the issue is. Sometimes it can happen really quickly. Sometimes, like, people have, if you have a phobia, like, a fear of bridges, or whatever, those can often be dealt with in one session. If it's a long-standing issue like self-confidence or self-esteem, it's going to take more time, and it's going to be a process. Like, you're going to deal with it for a while and feel like, wow, I think I'm here. And then you go on and you do whatever. And then like 6 months later, it comes up again, because it's like, the onion.
Got it.
Always peeling back layers.
Got it.
But I have this, like, I tend to be a visual person, and I'm weird. Like, I always think they're weird, but I just have this image of, like, it brings your mind and your body together. It like like that, like your sudden, because we spend so much time in our heads trying to figure out the answer to the problem, but the answer is really in our bodies. Our body remembers everything. And so if something that you're dealing with is triggering an emotion from your childhood, or a fear, whatever, it's in your body and your brain can't get to it. So by like really sucking your brain back into your body, you connect the two and they start to work together instead of working against each other.
Wow. Wow. Very, very cool.
It is really cool. It's so cool.
Can you show us an example?
Yeah, absolutely.
First, I have a question though. So, before you show me an example, you talked about to first kind of talk about or think about the negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
How does the flow go? Like, how are we actually supposed to do it?
So you start on the side of your hand, and that's called a setup statement. And so you tap on the side of your hand, and so let's just say, it's like, even though I'm struggling right now and I feel like I should be doing better at this, I choose to love and accept myself. And so it's accepting the problem and then accepting yourself. And so for a lot of people, depending on where you are, like to say the words, I love and accept myself, like some people, they can't do it, or they like choke on it, or they start crying. That's okay. It's all good.
Wow.
And if you can't do it, I would say like you're going to keep working toward it, but like at least can you accept yourself? If you can't love yourself, can you accept yourself?
Wow.
Or like I choose to be open to loving and accept myself. Like create it as a possibility if you feel like you're not there yet. So we do a setup statement 3 times, and then we start tapping on the points. And so it'll just be like, I'm really struggling right now. God, I can't believe I'm such a jerk. I'm such a loser. I should have this all figured out. And you just start like saying all the mean things that you have in your head, because they're there. We're not making them up. They're there.
Yeah.
And just acknowledging them. And then you acknowledge them and you just like say, I'm open to letting them go. And then you tap just to let them go. And then once you feel more relaxed, then you start to tap on the more positive to reprogram your brain. And it depends on what the issue is. It depends on the individual person. Sometimes you should, like at the end of any session, you should always feel more relaxed and have at least a little bit more insight into the problem. So kind of sometimes what happens is when you're tapping, as the body relaxes, a memory will come up or a thought. Or just an image. And then we tap on that, because there's always a connection. We may not know what the connection is, and we may not figure it out. It doesn't really matter because your brain knows. And so then we tap on that. And like, for example, I have a client that I work with, and we were dealing with an issue, like a lifelong issue, and she didn't really know where it came from, and she didn't know, and it was an indication of stress, but her life didn't feel very stressful at the moment, so she was really confused. So we tapped on it, and she at one point had an image of herself as a child and knew that this habit had started after the photo had been taken. And so then she was able to connect the habit to a life experience, which she had never connected the two before. So
that is so awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
It's really cool.
So can you take us through like, if it was just what you first said, like, even though I'm struggling right now, like just a basic one? I'll do it with you.
Okay, great. So the first thing I would say to people is I want you to sit in your body and just feel your body. And for some people, like, this can be really hard because so often we just like move because we don't want to know what's in there, right? So just take a deep breath and feel your body. And think about something that you're struggling with right now. It can be anything. It can be something big, something small, whatever it is. Just think about that and feel it in your body. and feel where sometimes people feel it in certain areas of their body, and that may depend. Some people always feel it in the back of their neck, or their solar plexus or their heart. Sometimes it depends on what the problem is. So just kind of sit and see if you can feel it. And if you don't feel it in a specific place, that's totally fine. But just see if you can feel it. And then rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not a problem at all, 10 being, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Do you want me to rate it out loud?
If you want.
5.
Okay. All right. So 5 that's pretty good. So it's an issue, but it's not like terrible.
Yeah.
So, okay. So
yeah, I don't want to be full out crying on the screen with you right now.
That's
just like a little side tears. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. And the other thing is, when you're rating, like you just, because sometimes people get caught up in the, well, maybe it's this, just go with whatever number pops into your head. Okay. So we're going to start on the, let me walk you through the points first. So the first one is the side of the hand. Sometimes people call it the karate chop point. And you're going to take 3 or 4 fingers from the opposite hand, and you can use either one, and you tap on the pinky side of your hand. So that's the side of the hand. Then we will move to the eyebrow point. The eyebrow point you can do it with one or both hands, and it's the inside end of your eyebrow, just like above the bridge of your nose, but off to one side. Yeah, right there. And then side of the eye is your temple. Under the eye is right on the edge of your cheekbone. Under the nose is kind of halfway between your nose and your upper lip. Chin or under the mouth is right on the indentation. Collarbone is if you take your hand and put it on your chest and feel like with your thumb and your forefinger, you feel your collarbone. And then you can either tap with your whole hand, or sometimes people tap with their fingertips along the collarbone. Either one is fine. Under the arm is about 3 or 4 inches below your armpit.
Like, and then by my side boob?
Yeah. Exactly, by your side boob. I like it. And then top of your head is kind of in the middle of your head. And the thing with tapping is it's a very forgiving process. So if you miss one, if you miss a point, it's not a problem. You can do it with one hand, both hands. You can switch hands halfway through. There's no downside. So don't worry. You can't do it wrong. You cannot do it wrong. Okay, so here we go. Even though I'm really struggling right now.
Even though I'm really struggling right now.
And I think I should be doing better.
And I think I should be doing better.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
Even though life is really hard right now.
Even though life is really hard right now.
And I feel like a hot mess.
And I feel like a hot mess.
And I really have to get my shit together.
I really have to get my shit together.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
Even though I have a lot of shame around this struggle.
Even though I have a lot of shame around this struggle.
I feel like I'm broken.
I feel like I'm broken.
Like there's something wrong with me.
Like there's something wrong with me.
Like I should be doing it better.
Like I should be doing it better.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
Okay, eyebrow point. I am really struggling right now.
I am really struggling right now.
Side of the eye. I should be doing things better.
I should be doing things better.
Under the eye. I feel broken.
I feel broken.
Under the nose. There is something wrong with me.
There is something wrong with me.
Under the mouth. I have so much shame about this struggle.
I have so much shame about this.
Collarbone. I should be able to figure this out.
I should be able to figure this out.
Under the arm. There is something wrong with me.
There is something wrong with me.
Top of the head. I am broken.
I am broken.
Eyebrow point. I really need to get my act together.
I really need to get my act together.
Side of the eye. Why can't I do this?
Why can't I do this?
Under the eye. Other people are doing it.
Other people are doing it.
Under the nose. There must be something wrong with me.
There must be something wrong with me.
Under the mouth. God, my life is a mess.
God, my life is a mess.
Collarbone. I just don't know what to do.
I just don't know what to do.
Under the arm. I am being really hard on myself.
I am being really hard on myself.
Top of the head. I would never speak to someone the way I'm speaking to myself.
I would never speak to someone the way that I speak to myself.
Eyebrow point. Is what I'm telling myself even true?
Is what I'm telling myself even true?
Side of the eye. Yes, I am struggling.
Yes, I am struggling.
Under the eye. And yes, life is hard.
And yes, life is hard.
Under the nose. But everybody struggles sometimes.
But everyone struggles sometimes.
Under the mouth. It's part of being human.
It's part of being human.
Collarbone. I acknowledge that now.
I acknowledge that now.
Under the arm. And I acknowledge how hard this has been.
And I acknowledge how hard this has been.
Top of the head. And I am open to letting go of some of this shame.
And I am open to letting go of some of the shame.
Eyebrow point. I am open to letting go of this belief that I am broken.
I am open to letting go of this belief that I am broken.
Side of the eye. I am open to letting go of this belief that I should be further along.
I don't remember what you said because it was too long.
I am open to letting go of this belief that I am doing something wrong.
I am open to this belief that I am doing something wrong.
I'm letting go of this idea that there's something wrong with me.
I am open to this belief that there's something wrong with me.
Under the nose. I am letting go of this belief that I should have it all figured out.
I'm letting go of this belief that I should have it all figured out.
Under the mouth. I am letting this stress leave my body.
I am letting the stress leave my body.
Collarbone. I am letting the shame leave my body.
I am letting the shame leave my body.
I am allowing my body to relax.
I am allowing my body to relax.
Top of the head. I choose to relax and be present in my body.
I choose to relax and be present in my body.
Okay. Stop tapping and take a deep breath. How does that feel?
I loved the journey that it was. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't like expecting it to go from down to up.
Right.
Like when you're just saying all the negative stuff, I'm like, this is very negative.
Right. I know.
It was beautiful. That was, I could feel it. I sat in it and I allowed myself to sit in it. And then you slowly brought me up. That was, I love it. Absolutely. I can totally see.
And that is, and we're going to do another positive round in a minute, but that's the thing with tapping is that it allows you to feel the feelings, but it helps you process them really quickly so that you can let them go. Now, it depends on what it is. Like, first of all, the purpose is never to not feel the feelings.
Okay.
And also, if you're dealing with grief or, depression or sad, like it's not a magic wand, and we don't want to eliminate those feelings because those are really important feelings. If you've lost someone that you love, or you've lost a relationship, or your marriage has ended, we want you to feel grief. Like that's really a really important part of the healing. But tapping can help make it more manageable. It can help you move through it more quickly, and it can help you focus on the resilience and the strength without becoming overwhelmed by the emotions.
Wow, very cool.
So, okay, so we're just going to do a quick positive round. I choose to love myself.
I choose to love myself.
Side of the eye. I choose to feel compassion for myself.
I choose to feel compassion for myself.
Under the eye. I choose to see my resilience.
I choose to see my resilience.
Under the nose. I choose to see my strength.
I choose to see my strength.
Under the mouth. I choose to believe that I can get through this.
I choose to believe that I can get through this.
Collarbone. I choose to believe that I can thrive.
I choose to believe that I can thrive.
Under the arm. I am my own best friend.
I am my own best friend.
Top of the head. And I believe in myself.
And I believe in myself.
Eyebrow point. I choose healing.
I choose healing.
Side of the eye. I choose peace.
I choose peace.
Under the eye. I choose love.
I choose love.
Under the nose. I choose calm.
I choose calm.
Under the mouth. I choose grace.
I choose grace.
Collarbone. I choose ease.
I choose ease.
Under the arm. I choose to love myself no matter what.
I choose to love myself no matter what.
Top of the head. I choose to believe in myself and my resilience.
I choose to believe in myself and my resilience.
And I choose to love myself with my perfect imperfections.
And I choose to love myself with my perfect imperfections.
Okay, stop tapping.
I love it. I can totally see how somebody could lose it. I know I had a really hard time when I first left my ex. My relationship was horrible, my last one. And saying stuff like that would have literally brought me to tears. Like, I don't even think I could have said it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have broken cried it out loud. So I can totally see how that could really help you speak goodness into your life. Wow, very cool.
Yeah, it really, I feel like it, I always say it's not a magic bullet, but it is it's a miracle. I mean, I really feel like it's a miracle. I know it has gotten me through. I always say, like, I would be curled up in a fetal position somewhere if I didn't have tapping. I couldn't have gotten through what I've been through. I mean, because in addition to all the stuff that we talked about, I also dealt with an illness with one of my children and breast cancer at the same time.
Wow.
But yeah, and I mean, and I'm here to tell the tale. And yeah, tapping absolutely got me through. I mean, without a doubt. And I also believe that it helped me manifest my current relationship. But I tell my boyfriend that, he's like, okay, whatever. But
I love that.
You can't tell me that it didn't. So
Wow.
Yay, Marianne, did you like it? I hope you feel relaxed.
How long have you and your new partner been together?
4.5 years.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah. And it's like everything. I always say, like, I've been looking for him my whole life.
Oh my, how amazing. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, it really, and honestly, I mean, what I did was I did a lot of work. I want to it was not like I snapped my fingers and there he was, but after my divorce, I decided that I needed time to heal and to figure out like what my role was in my marriage, and so because I'm gonna make mistakes, but I'd rather not make the same mistakes again. So I took a couple of years to really heal, and I worked with a tapping practitioner one-on-one, and I did this therapy group with women and going through divorce, and I did spent a lot of time on my own and focused on my children. And then when I was ready to date, I started the online dating thing, which was a nightmare. But and I was really like at the point where I thought, this is just not going to work for me. And I saw Margaret Lynch is a big name in the tapping world, and so she does a lot of work with chakras, and your second chakra, I think, is your manifestation chakra. And so I watched something that she did, and then I did my own tapping on like how I wanted to feel in a relationship and what I wanted it to be like. And I'm telling you, like, it was less than a week later that I got a message in my inbox from my boyfriend, online. And I was like, I saw his picture and I was like, huh. And I just kind of knew, I mean, I didn't know that, you know, but there was something different about him. And
Wow.
that was it. And we met a few weeks later, and that was it. And we've been together ever since. And I never went out with anyone else. That I never even met anyone else online. Like I chatted or whatever, but it never got to meeting. He's the only one. And it was just like, that was it.
What? That's my fiance's story. I went on quite a few dates, but he got online, saw my profile along with other girls. He messaged a few girls and the same thing, chatted. I'm the only one he met, and that was it. Just like one experience.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of mad though. Like I was like, no, you need to make sure that this is good, because I know that I'm not good, but I don't,
right.
No, you gotta check it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But he had the same exact experience. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I am a total believer in the power of tapping and I just want to say, oh yeah, that's you're moving energy. You're moving energy. So it's all good. Even if it doesn't feel so good in the moment, you're moving energy, and tears are some of the most healing thing you can do for your body. Sometimes when I tap by myself, it never happens when I'm tapping with a practitioner even. I've had many sessions where I've cried, but if I'm tapping by myself, almost every time I will have tears streaming down my face. I'm not crying, but it's just the way that my body moves energy. So yeah. And people yawn, they burp, they stretch. It just depends on your body and the emotion and whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Absolutely love that.